Good evening, everyone. Welcome to your evening news recap. I hope all of you guys are having a wonderful day today. Today is April 1st, 1st of April, also April Fool's Day, but I don't partake in that. Thank you, everyone, for coming to this episode. It's episode 16, I believe, where we're going along and we're going real fast. Yeah, thank you, everyone, for joining. This is your nightly news podcast on all the news that's happened throughout the day. We got quite a few things to cover. We've got a segment on Cory Booker. For those who don't know, Cory Booker is now the senator who has the longest amount speaking on a Senate floor at one time. We have some Trump administration news and some other news as always. Opening up with the Cory Booker segment, as I mentioned, Cory Booker is has the record for speaking on the Senate floor, the longest out of any senator of all time. Is he still going? I actually do want to check. We're gonna find out right now. Cory Booker live speech. It is currently 6 p.m. PT. He has in fact ended the live stream. 25 hours, I believe, is what this says. Anyways, let's get started. Senator Cory Booker from New Jersey took to the podium at 4 p.m. Pacific time, vowing to speak for as long as I am physically able, and was still standing as of around 5 p.m. PT. That was the last time I checked. Maybe a little less. He has taken some breaks and yielded questions to other Democrats, but he still continues to lead the session and speak about the current state of the United States. Before he began, he posted a video to YouTube and on social media saying, "I've been hearing from people all over my state and indeed all over the nation calling upon folks in Congress to do more, to do things that recognize the urgency, the crisis of the moment, and so, well, all have a responsibility, I believe, to do something different, to cause, as John Lewis said, good trouble. That includes me." Brooker has covered all sorts of topics ranging from Elon Musk to healthcare and Social Security. The previous record held for speaking on the House floor was from 1957 in a speech from then Democratic Senator Strom Thurmond of South Carolina, speaking in opposition to the Civil Rights Act, and a speech that lasted for 24 hours and 18 minutes. Cory Booker has now broken that record, going for around 25 hours. I tuned into the stream on multiple occasions, and I really did like what I was hearing. He covered topics on healthcare, he covered topics on Elon Musk, and he covered all sorts of topics. And I mean, this is what people have been asking for, and this is what needed to be done. For those wondering if this actually does anything, yes, in multiple occasions, senators having these long meetings, especially Democratic senators, have gotten Republicans to vote for their side and understand why they say what they're doing and why they believe what they're doing. And this is a great way to get your points and your views across, to get the other side to look at it from your perspective. Um, this is a record that I'm sure will not be breaking for a long time. It's very rare that somebody does this, and it's very rare that we're in a situation where this needs to happen. But I'm glad to see that somebody actually got around to doing it. There's been a multiple of U.S. senators now who have spoken up, and this puts Cory Booker on a list of very few senators who have spoken up. Although he has had some previous controversies, and I cannot stand for those, but I think he did a great job over the past few hours, and I think he deserves his rest. I could admit that much, and I would hope a majority of people can put aside their differences for him to say that he did something beneficial towards not only the Democratic Party, but the American people as a whole. Moving on to the Trump administration segment, we have two segments today. The Trump administration admits its errors with deportation, And a top Trump official is using personal emails for government communications. I'm so excited about that one. Let's get started. The Trump administration has admitted errors with deportation. The Trump administration admitted late Monday night that it had inadvertently deported a man to El Salvador last month, despite court's determination that he had a legitimate fear of persecution in his own country. Top customs and enforcement officials said in a statement to the federal judge the removal was an error. Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a Salvadorian man, was one of three on a flight to his home country on March 15th amid a frantic legal panic over the president's decision to enact the Alien Enemies Act. He was arrested by ICE on March 12th and was sent to El Salvador on the 15th, where his wife was recognized with him in a video showing him shackled and shaven. The Trump administration says there is nothing it can do to facilitate Abrego Garcia's return to the U.S. custody. The Justice Department attorney said this court should defer the government's determination that Abrego Garcia will likely not be tortured or killed in El Salvador. How can you deport someone on accident but not have the decency to return them to their friends and family? That's what I want to know. But plain and simple. You deported someone on accident, but you do not have the decency to return them to their friends and family. That is standing proof that the Trump administration is filled with terrible, deceitful people. And I know there's proof of that already, and I know I don't have to say that, but there are still people who don't believe that. The immigration system needs to be fixed. I can agree with that, and I can stand for that. We should not have as many illegal people as there are in this country because the immigration system is so terrible. The immigration system should be fixed. It should be easier for people to become American citizens. This country has been built on immigration. Our entire past is built on immigrants. Immigration has brought us great minds, including Einstein, for an example. He came from Germany during World War II. And I know that's pretty relevant today. We should be celebrating immigration. We should not be putting immigrants down. Moving on. Top Trump administration officials have used personal emails for government communications. According to the Washington Post, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz has used his personal Gmail account for government communications. They cited documents it reviewed and interviewed 3 U.S. officials. Waltz has reportedly used his Gmail account to have highly technical conversations about government agencies, military positions, and ongoing weapon systems. This has not been denied by an NSC spokesperson, Brian Hewson, saying he had not seen any evidence that adding Waltz didn't and wouldn't send classified information on an open account, and that he makes sure to CC his emails to officials so that they know he's complying with federal law. I really do hope this is real. He has to be fired, right? He is a national security risk. He added a reporter to a group chat, and now he is sending emails on a personal email account that does not have any government stuff involved with it to people who likely don't have government access. Unclear there. I think it did say that they were being sent to other government officials, but you never know where these emails could be going if they're being sent on a personal email. How is he going to keep his job? Are they just going to say it's a hoax and a witch hunt? Because that is not the case if this is true. He has on 2 occasions now put American national security at risk. He has on 2 occasions now put U.S. troops at risk and U.S. soldier lives at risk. And I know nobody's died, but he is still putting them at risk by sharing this information on not government used spaces. My apologies. This entire administration is a hoax. And sometimes I feel like I'm living a fever dream. Trump is a felon. He should have never been put in office. He should have never even been allowed to run in the first place. This is what happens when you let a criminal into office. He lets his billionaire friends and people who aren't qualified for government positions to run amok and do whatever they want in the United States government, which shouldn't be allowed in not only the strongest economy in the world, but the country with the strongest military in the world. We have 3 of the largest air forces in the world, and we have people who are unqualified for government positions doing government jobs. Pete Hegseth is an alcoholic, and he is one of the leaders of the United States military, the strongest military in the world. They are unqualified. They should not have this job. Yet because they lied to their voters, and their voters are so crazy that they are in a cult-like following, they are in office. And it is a detriment to the rest of the United States citizens in this country, and it is a detriment to the rest of the world and society. Anyways, moving on to the other news segment. The United States is planning to seek the death penalty against Luigi Mangione. And unfortunately, the Republican senator has won in Florida. The United States to seek death penalty against Luigi Mangione. U.S. prosecutors will seek the death penalty for Luigi Mangione, who has been accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in December. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi said in a statement that she directed federal prosecutors to seek the penalty for premeditated cold-blooded assassination. Mangione has not pleaded guilty for state charges, and he has yet to plead for separate federal charges. He is currently awaiting trial in New York in a federal prison. Bondi said Thompson's murder was an act of political violence and that it may have posed grave risk and death to additional persons nearby. Investigators claim Mangione killed Thompson because of anger with health insurance companies. Mangione faces 11 state criminal counts in New York, including first-degree murder and murder as a crime of terrorism. Just remember, they stand over CEOs getting shot more than they stand for your children getting shot in schools. It is more dangerous for a child to go into a school than it is for a child to walk the street. Does that sound in any way that it should be okay? Does that sound like in a third world country where that should be okay? In a third... And I don't know why I said third world. I meant first. In a first world country, should children be getting shot in schools? In any kind of world of country, should children be getting shot in schools? No. Yet it is an American stereotype that Americans get shot in schools. It is a problem that Americans get shot in schools. We are supposed to be the greatest country in the world, and we cannot stop our children from getting shot in schools. Yet we are focused on a billionaire CEO, and we care more about a billionaire CEO getting shot in the street. Just remember how they treated Mangione, by the way. They claimed the public blew this out of proportions. They perp-walked him. The mayor of New York perp-walked him with essentially the entire NYPD. And they say we blew this out of proportion. And they say we're wrong for supporting Luigi. They have not treated him well. They have arguably treated him like he is a worse person than he is. If Luigi Mangione is a terrorist for shooting a CEO, then how come the people who shoot up schools aren't terrorists? How come they're not labeled as that, huh? But no, it'll never be a problem for you because your children go to private schools and don't have to deal with that. Maybe consider that for a change. Moving on to the final part tonight, we have some unfortunate news as the Republican candidate has won in Florida. Now Republican State Senator Randy Flynn has won the special Florida congressional election. The result ends what Democrats have hoped to be a big upset instead of being a close loss, but predicts that it'll lead to success in next year's congressional election or congressional midterms. Republicans will still hold a slim majority in the House, but they say an electoral disaster has been averted. This is a sad loss. I personally was rooting for Gabe Valmont. She's a wonderful lady with a great story, and it's sad to hear that she lost. I didn't expect the Democrats to win, as nice of that as that would have been, because it's a very red district, and it was likely that they weren't. I know we have at least one more. I think we have another, but I know we have one at least in Arizona for a vote for a special election for a state senator. And I also believe there's one coming up for the senator that died, but I don't know how soon that is. So we'll have maybe some opportunities to make a difference and to get some work done. I think I personally think it's very sad to see that Gabe Valmont lost. She was a great person, and she should have won. Honestly, she was very for the people. She works very hard, asking people what she wanted, and you could tell that her motives were strictly for the American people. I truly do hope that if she ever sees this, she runs again, because I think with the right backing and maybe another shot, she could get it done. She truly had the heart to do it, and she truly had the heart of the American people in mind, and it's a shame that she didn't, honestly. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching. I hope all of you had a wonderful day. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. If you're on Substack, consider dropping a pledge to my content. All of the funds go to me. It helps me out. It'll help me pay my bills in college. It'll help me buy food in college and pay for all the other things I need while I'm in college. Subscriptions begin on April 20th or around then, whenever I get around to it. I can't claim money until I'm 18. If you're on YouTube or if you're on Substack, drop a subscription. There is always, a free option on Substack, and it's always free on YouTube. Be sure to like and restack this video, share it with your friends, drop a comment down below, tell me your opinions, and, yeah, that's about it. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow with another news recap. Goodbye.